She is now in a stable situation, but she did have to go to the hospital. She did hurt her legs. And I'm not saying that this should be a normal. I don't want to normalize it, but I can understand that certain people do fear a leader for themselves if it's normalized that somebody can surround your car and start beating it. I'm not saying everybody has the mental capacity to just stay still. Some of them panic, and some of them, I don't know, maybe they do have an emergency. Maybe. And I think it's rather odd when a car is pushing in your direction, you still think you can just stand there. I would never do that, not even for a cause that I want to support, because I want to stay alive.
Our way will bring to black residents in reclaiming ownership of our own communities. That is the spirit of Juneteenth, you all. It is about reflecting on our past. Other cultures are taught to never forget.
Wait, what?
Well, on Curacao, we are teaching our own people that we need to forgive the Dutch people, which was the boss of us when we were slaves. And now they are very nice people that help us with our studies. We are a very developed Caribbean island. We got Wi-Fi and electric cars and everything. So I feel very grateful, especially for the fact that they paid for my scholarship that I can do in Holland, and they have forgiven my student loans.
Really?
Why? Because I finished my school. Isn't that great? So the fact that my culture has taught me to forgive, hey, America, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
We need to be reminded as blacks here in Chicago and America, remembering our past and working towards a more just future. Investing in black is not a criminal act. Sister Zakiya says she need a witness, so I'm gonna say it again. Investing in black is not a criminal act.
I agree with you. It's not a criminal act if you do it with your money. But personally, I do think it's a criminal act when you keep destroying the family because the government is your daddy. I've seen that happen before. I come from an age where black people were more together, when white people were seeing black people as an example of family sticking together, not because of the money. And guess what happened? Welfare. Now we're the most separated. And now black people are the representation. What would happen to the white family if they're not together? White people now on that island see that as an example why they should stick together. It was a reverse back in the day until the government came in. Remember to subscribe.
¿Por qué?
Yeah, if I could just elaborate, people covering their faces, impersonating police officers, it erodes trust in law enforcement and it undermines community safety. That's really what this bill is about. And I think many law enforcement officials, legitimate law enforcement officials, would welcome, putting in safeguards to ensure transparency and accountability. And I think the concern is a lot that's happening. There are a lot of people who are engaged in these enforcement actions, and we don't know, are they federal, are they contractors, are they local law enforcement? And so we're requiring that people not have to wear masks except for some very limited exceptions, and that there be identifying information ensures that we know who is involved here. It's also critical to uphold our state and local laws, including our sanctuary law, SB 54, which says that local law enforcement are not going to be involved in immigration enforcement. So this is, I think, furthering the state's efforts to ensure legitimate law enforcement purposes and to protect Californians.
So lately, he doesn't want the cops to help federal people to apply the law that the cops also are supposed to be upholding. Like, how did we come to this point? And now you don't want them to mask? But then you can't promise the people that wear the mask, that throw rocks sometimes at them, hey, they're just kind of doing their job, but don't go to their home, spray paint their house, scare their kids. But that's normal to do, that they can hide their face. We don't know if they're Mexican, we don't know if they're white people, well, we can see the skin color, but at the same time, we don't know if they're paid by NGOs, we don't know if they're coming from other places to protest over here or other countries, maybe they're illegal, maybe they're not, I don't know. I just think that if you have that energy, you need to have that energy on both sides. How my island, Curacao, and Dutch people come together and work together, and now the island is very freaking beautifully educated. same law for everybody, and life is amazing.
Do you think men should be allowed in women's restrooms?
I'm not sure why this has come to this issue.
You
It has
tweeted
nothing
that
to do
as
with
a
immigration.
protest against President Trump, everyone should use the other gender's bathroom today. Have you ever used the women's restroom?
Not that I can recall ever, sir. No.
You wanted everybody else to do it, but you didn't?
Sir, I'm not sure why we're on a topic that has nothing
I'm
to
asking
do
you,
with
you're
today's hearing.
advocating for men to use women's restrooms, but you didn't do it?
I do not advocate that, no.
Well, actually you did. You said everyone should use the other gender's bathroom today.
I can tell you that you are
Do you regret
politicizing
saying
this
this?
in a way that what we ought to be focusing on is
Do you
the
regret
failure of the federal
encouraging men to
government
use women's restrooms?
and the Congress to deal with immigration reform.
Do you regret encouraging men to use women's restrooms?
Again, you're taking us on topics that have
Did you ever
nothing to
consider
do
that
with
women don't
the
want you in
subject
their,
that you
in their
invited us here
bathrooms?
for?
I can understand the Democrat. He's right. Isolate the incident. Let's handle the incident. I don't want to talk about other stuff because it's distracting. But then you're advocating for people to do something over there that you won't do yourself, and that it might affect those people in a different way, but it will never affect you because either you don't do it or you have the money to handle the court case or whatever. That means genuinely, even if you want to talk only about the mic, I need to be sure that you're not going to be disingenuous. Because if I ask you about the broader thing other than the mic, you would call me disingenuous. So the energy, it just doesn't feel right.
We have the freedom of speech.
Go, 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 go. You want to be careful, okay? You take care of yourself. So you can see, whoa, they're messing with the horses. Guys, let's go. Let's back up here. Obviously, people are unhappy, Ari. People don't want to see horses trampling. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Hey, Ari, we're okay. We're going to keep going. Stay with us if you can. JB, want to move a little faster back. They're pushing people with horses, which obviously gets people freaked.
Jacob, you're on camera, but do what you need to do. You're on camera, but take your time and space.
Whoa. Let's go. Oh, shit. Let's go. Whoa. We're good, Ari. We're good. Keep going. We're good. Whoa. Those are the flashbangs. Let's go. Ari, obviously they're trying to disperse the crowd here. We're doing fine. And this is crowd control tactics by the Sheriff's Department, the Highway Patrol, LAPD. It's an effort to move people out of that area by the federal building. And obviously it's been pretty effective to get people off of that bridge there on Los Angeles Street. Let's give you the vantage point from over here.
I just think they have destroyed so many cars and the cars cannot reach specific places. They decided to bring horses. And maybe through empathy they thought you might not hit the horses, but then again if you hit the horses, maybe they can control the horses. And whose fault is it? Is it now the cops' fault that they're riding on horses? Or is it the fault of the people that they can hold themselves in and they start hitting the horses? I don't know. But the point that we need to focus on is this. Isolate the incident. You're blocking a freaking federal building. There's no federal building that you can do this in any country and be surprised why did you bring a car or a horse to stop me from screaming in your face and blocking the federal building. I don't understand that. That's just wild. And then you want to wave the flag of a country that you escaped. Dude.
Don't get me wrong, makosa kita bong. Put the fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk criollo colombici jam jam. Turloqueta verdeta welcome.